Werewolves are a supernatural shape-shifting species of individuals who unwillingly transform into large, fearsome, and extremely hostile wolves on the night of the full moon. They were created by the witch Hanadu as revenge against her tribe for killing her. Even in their human form, werewolves possess superhuman physical prowess, though not to the same level as vampires, and their abilities are not as powerful compared to those they possess on a full moon while transformed. These creatures are the most dangerous enemies of vampires due to their venomous bite, which is lethal to them. Werewolves are also hardwired to kill vampires on sight in their wolf form, though they still hunt human prey whenever there are no vampires to kill. Lycanthropy is an inherited genetic condition due to a curse, and a person can only be a werewolf if they are born to at least one werewolf parent. They cannot be turned by a bite or a scratch. Furthermore, the werewolf gene must be triggered by taking the life of a living person or supernatural being, such as another werewolf. This can be done either intentionally or by accident to gain access to their enhanced physical abilities, though this comes at the cost of transforming into a wolf during every full moon. Untriggered werewolves, however, can kill vampires without activating their curse. After the gene is triggered, the werewolf's eyes will turn black and gold, and their latent powers will activate instantly. From then on, they will be cursed to painfully transform into a wolf on the night of every full moon. Although there are unique circumstances that will prevent a werewolf from having to turn, such as pregnancy, being an evolved werewolf, which we'll cover in the next episode, or possessing a moonlight amulet. A werewolf who has yet to trigger his or her curse only exhibits one characteristic of lycanthropy: increased aggression and anger on a general basis, which can become overwhelming fits of violent rage leading up to and during the nights of the full moon. Also, until their werewolf genes are activated, untriggered werewolves can be compelled by vampires just like any human. After the gene is triggered, however, they become immune to vampire mind control. Like normal humans, werewolves can eat human food if they wish. However, because they turn into ferocious beasts during the full moon, they are carnivores. When in wolf form, they can feed on human or vampire body parts and organs, but they are not required to ingest them in order to prolong their existence, as vampires must do with blood. There are no known consequences from abstaining from human or vampire flesh while in werewolf form. It seems that most werewolves do not get to feed on humanoid flesh because most tend to lock themselves up during the full moon or are scared or distracted away from their victim before they can eat them. Werewolves have not been seen to attack each other in human or lupine form, but have been known to hunt both human and vampire prey while transformed under the full moon. Werewolves in their wolf form are quite like natural wolves, although, unlike natural wolves, werewolves have glowing yellow or orange eyes, wicked fangs, a larger size, and a much more feral and predatory appearance. They can also be distinguished from regular wolves by their displays of supernatural strength, blurred speed, and size which are comparable to fully grown humans. Werewolves appear the same as any other human the rest of the month, aside from their enhanced abilities of speed, strength, and healing. A werewolf will only transform into a wolf under the full moon. The first transformation is quite slow, and the person is subjected to at least 5 or 6 hours of intense, bone-breaking pain before the actual transformation. After the first transformation, the experience does not last nearly as long, but it is still painful and something many werewolves come to dread. During the transformation, the body of the person is twisted in an unnatural manner as bones reshape and shift to a wolf's skeleton, causing the person immense physical and psychological pain. Later, the werewolf grows excessive body hair and becomes feral. Their irises turn golden yellow, their sclera turns black, and their teeth elongate into canines before they finally transform into their wolf shape. A werewolf returns to its human form after a few hours, sometimes sooner, sometimes later. After the first transformation, the werewolf will experience muscle aches. Older werewolves can control themselves to some extent on the night of the full moon, but many find it necessary to dose themselves with wolfsbane to weaken them before they can lock themselves up in chains to prevent hurting anyone while they're transformed. Werewolves are known to be aggressive, strong, and fast, even in human form. Those with the werewolf curse still latent can exhibit some supernatural traits which give which can be triggered by aggression, along with unusual physical strength for the person's given size and age. But they cannot fully transform, and they also tend to black out when they become overwhelmed in fits of rage. Werewolves seem to have a strong sense of duty and loyalty to protect their own and feel a responsibility to help their fellow werewolves whenever they can. Werewolves have a higher body temperature than humans, and once a werewolf has triggered their gene, their eyes turn to gold while enraged. Activating the curse is also painful, as werewolves have been seen to double over in pain before their eyes change for the first time. While some werewolves prefer to keep to themselves and keep their beastly natures hidden, most seem to aggregate themselves into packs and reside in areas isolated from general human society so they can run free on full moons without fear of hurting or killing anyone. The powers and abilities of werewolves in the Vampire Diaries universe consist of super strength, super speed, super agility, super durability. They have a healing factor, super senses. They can have lycanthrope enhancements, transformation control, shape-shifting, a werewolf bite that is venomous and extremely deadly to vampires, and they also have an immunity to silver. Their weaknesses consist of wolfsbane, their mortality, as werewolves are not immortal, and magic. There are some myths in the Vampire Diaries about werewolves that are very incorrect. These last two I will cover here will mark the end of this Werewolves Explained video. The first myth I want to cover is silver. Contrary to popular belief, werewolves are not weakened or allergic to silver in this universe. As Mason explained to Damon after he stabbed him with a silver knife, Mason guessed that the myth was probably started by werewolves, and silver has the opposite effect. When a werewolf is wounded by silver, it heals. Therefore, Klaus cannot be neutralized by the white oak daggers, which we see numerous times in the series of the Vampire Diaries and the originals. Mostly the Vampire Diaries though. Wolfsbane is the next myth I want to cover. Several myths have surrounded the use of this herb and its relation to and effects upon werewolves, including the myth that wolfsbane supposedly either causes or cures lycanthropy is false. So this is not true within this specific universe. If you like what you heard today, make sure you guys leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel. If we're not at 7,000 subscribers right now, I guarantee you we're very close. Help us get to 7,000 subscribers. Our end of the year goal is getting to 10,000 subscribers. We are well on our way towards that goal, and I'm very, very confident we're going to reach that goal by the end of the year. So help us reach that goal in any way you can. And also, when you subscribe, hit that bell icon, turn on post notifications so that you never miss a future episode in the Creatures of the Vampire Diaries and original series. From me, this is Jades Corner signing out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video where we will be explaining evolved werewolves in the Vampire Diaries universe. Peace.